I teach year 3s in a primary school in London. Most days are normal and predictable, but yesterday, a student of mine told me a story that freaked me out. I want to stay anonymous, so I'll call myself Mr. Lander. I don't like to be too lenient with my students, especially when it comes to toilet breaks. But Conrad kept on asking, and he genuinely looked desperate, so I let him go. This is when it gets weird. Almost 15 minutes after I let Conrad go to the bathroom, he had not returned. This frustrated me, so I left the class rep in charge and went to look for him. When I got to the bathroom, I called for Conrad to open the door, but he did not respond. "Open the door," I shouted. I was really angry, but it was at this point I noticed the floor was wet with what seemed to be urine. "Damn, why today?" I complained. I composed myself and calmly reassured Conrad from behind the door that he'd be okay and that I would help him out. "Is he still there, Mr. Lander?" said Conrad. I was confused by the question and paused for a second. "Conrad, what are you talking about? Just get out so we can sort this out," I said. I thought I shouted too loud as he started crying, but I soon realized the genuine reason for his tears. "I was walking to the toilet, then I heard someone call me. He looked so scary, so I ran, but because I was so scared, I weed myself. I locked myself in the toilet, but he kept on begging me to open the door. I'm so scared, Mr. Lander," cried Conrad. I looked around the bathroom in disbelief, not sure whether to trust the child or to suspect him. But I knew I had to get him out of there, so I reassured him once again and led him to the welfare office. He shivered the whole way there and looked around himself in an almost paranoid state. Since there wasn't any cameras in that part of the school, I brushed away the event and assumed Conrad was making it up. After contacting his parents and dismissing the event, it was home time, and I sent the children on their way. The event was still fresh on my mind. I went back to the toilet and tried to call for a cleaner to clean up the mess. However, I realized that the school was empty. I had stayed back to mark the children's tests and lost track of time. I was alone. Before I walked away, I stared at the pool of urine on the ground and almost shrieked. A series of fading footsteps not belonging to me or the child led from where the young boy wet himself, all the way to the changing room, only a few meters from the bathroom. It was at this point I began to hear something move from the darkness of the changing room.